G'day, fellas, and welcome to Game 22 of Outback Octagon 4. Yes, there's water again, but the good news is it's not the water map. It's just mega random standard. It's got a little bit of water, and we have got ourselves a fun spawn today. Have a look at this. It's a party in the middle island. Everyone is invited except for Zerton down here in the south. Everybody else is very, very close to each other. So look, we have long games, we have short games. I think this may fall on the side of a shorter game though, just because, well, it's rare that you get players this close together and there isn't blood. Now, one thing to note, in this game, we've got a lot of big names. People like Marine Lord, people like DeMu. But not all of these big names are yet to make it to the top of the table. There's going to be gamers in this lobby that are looking to try and secure a huge amount of... Hold on. We just got interrupted by one particular villager. I don't know where she is. I don't know what happened to her, but she was screaming. I think I know who she was. Yeah, it was you. It was you. Why are you screaming so loud for? Did you hear that? That was like a... Sorry, okay. Welcome to Outback Octagon 4. We got interrupted by an Abbasid villager. Look, it's not the first time and it won't be the last time, but let's get into it and introduce our players. Ladies and gentlemen, in the north of the map. Are you serious? What is wrong with you Abbasid villagers? Where are you? Where? She's somewhere in here, dude. No way. You're going to interrupt me twice like that. She's got to be... All right. We're going to do it. I'm getting trolled right now. Spawning in the north of the map in the color purple, playing as the Malians with no screaming villagers today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Whammo1. To his east, in the color blue, light blue, playing as the House of Lancaster. It's DeMu. To his south, in the color orange, playing as the Tughlag Dynasty. It's VES Anatan. Now, can we just also mention the fact that this civilization, it's just like cursed. If you get this civ, you have... It's not so much that the civ is terrible. I mean, it's probably terrible. But the fact that you just always get a bad spawn with it. Now, this spawn is okay. It's good. You're between two gold veins. You've got lots of wood here. You've got fishing access. It's wonderful. Except for the fact it's in the middle of the map. And there's a lot of people around you. It's not going to be fun here for Anatan. To the east, in the color red, playing as the Chinese. It's Faye-chan. To her west, in pink, playing as Jeanne d'Arc. It's Marine Lord. To his south, in blue, playing as the Japanese. It's Baltoon. And to his west, in the color yellow, playing as the Abbasid. It's Miyomeka. Finally, our last player for today with objectively the best spawn because he's far away from everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Zerton in green on the Ottomans. Welcome to Mega Random. A pleasure to have your company here today as we once again get a water map, but fortunately it is a water river map, which gives us a little bit more, well, a little bit more land units, a little less warships. Let's just put it that way. I don't know whether or not you saw the last game, but if you didn't, now is probably a good time to look away from your screen as we're going to be flashing the leaderboard up on the screen and take a look at these current standings to see where these players currently sit. Let's take a little bit of a look here, shall we? All right. So, we've got DeMu at the top of the table, currently sitting on 30 points. We've got underneath him a little bit further down. If we take a look, who's the next guy that comes up here? We've got Whammo1 down at 12th. We've also got Baltoon, Anatan, and Marine Lord. So some big names in this lobby that are still yet to get all the way to the top of the table. And keep in mind, we've only got 1 week after this. So this is the last games that they'll be playing this week. And then it's all down to that last week. That's where it really counts to make sure that that magic is felt. So let's get into it. Let's talk about who's got the best spawns, who's got the worst spawns. We're going to start right here with Marine Lord. It's a bit of an awkward spot because Marine Lord's got multiple neighbors. He's got Baltoon to his south, who is notoriously aggressive. I'll say that right now. And he did also spawn next to Baltoon last game, and things didn't go well for him. So that's something to consider. I think for worst spawn candidate, though, maybe Anatan, I would say, is also another potential problem. Just the good news is for Anatan, like, this is a little bit further away for him, and Wham is also going to be a threat to DeMu. So it means that maybe DeMu doesn't play into this whole idea as much, and so maybe it means Anatan can survive a little bit longer. But the other thing to note is that across the pond, so if we take a look down here as the walls already begin to come up, Zertan, unfortunately, has got a bit of company. Even though he's isolated down here, when it comes to Mio-maker's decision-making, he's probably just going to be going straight for Zertan. Because the truth is, yeah, he could go for Marine Lord, but if he does that, then he's just going to have Zertan to his back. So he needs to really respect that. But now, take a look at this. We've got ourselves a little bit of cross-walling coming in. Baltun walling out the wall and just reserving the right to attack his opponent, if he so chooses to. So, when it comes to worst spawn versus best spawn, we're going to go with worst spawn Marine Lord, because it feels like no matter what way you go, Marine Lord's almost certainly going to be going out of this game early. And then with regard to best spawn, I'm tempted to say Zertan just because of his isolation down here, but the fact that Mio-maker has also spawned close to him kind of makes that a little bit worse. Would I be crazy in saying Faye? I think Faye's spawn might actually be the best, because everybody else that's close, or that's like, that are neighbors, has got someone else to worry about. And while technically maybe Anatan is thinking about going for Faye, at the same time, Anatan's probably got more things to worry about. Like, he's got Marine Lord to the west. In fact, we haven't even really, Whammo 1 to the west. We haven't even really looked at Whammo 1 as a potential option as well. Just because, like, Wham's on the edge of the map. That's the other thing to remember. Being on the edge is always a nice thing. He's got DeMu who's close by, and he's also playing House of Lancaster, and that's a kind of good civ. So I'm still going to stand by. I think Faye. Good luck, Faye. You're our pick for this game. Make us proud. Make us proud. All right, we check in on the age ups. They're starting to come through. Marine Lord with the School of Cavalry in the north of the map. How are we doing? Have we got... Has Wham? I've called Wham Marine Lord multiple times in this game already, so just be aware. I might say that again. We've got Abbey of Kings starting to come up here as well for DeMu. Back down towards the south side. House of Wisdom about to be clicked up here. I think, actually, let's double check Mio-maker. No, he's still got a while to go. Age up in the south. Sultanate Trade Network going to be an option. How are we doing on sacred sites? Let's double check. We've got 1, 2. Is there a third sacred site, or is it just the 2 sacred sites? There could be a third. Yeah, there's a third. There's always a sneaky third one, dude. And it always does something like this. This is an interesting sacred site set that we've got here, because this one just really kind of makes it awkward to try and take the sacred victory option. So definitely something to be aware of if you're thinking for it. You probably just want to stonewall it up, maybe leave a mangonel or 2 down there with a keep, and just call it a day. I think that's probably the play. But I mean, if you focus this down, you could easily take that as a sacred site option. All right, age ups on the other side of the map. We got the Imperial Academy for Faye. No real surprise there. Barbican going to come down. She's looking for that Song Dynasty, and probably going to go into a second TC. She could just go Fast Castle. We've seen a lot of like Song Dynasty into Fast Castle. Marine Lord also now with that age up coming through School of Cavalry, going to start work immediately. And of course to the south, the Kura Storehouse now coming up. I was going to say just the 1 villager on it. There's 4 villagers on this as well. And we've got ourselves Joan of Arc getting out early action here, forcing off Baltun from the Gold Vein. Second outpost is going to come up. Unfortunately, that should be enough to keep Joan of Arc back, and we do have the outpost that's now arriving. It looks like it does manage to get up with a split second. So 1 villager does go down, and now that should be enough to deny this entire Gold Vein. Got the knights that are beginning to move in here, and yeah, you can see arrow slit's not through yet, but when the arrow slits come through, it'll deny this completely, and already you can see a little bit of trouble in paradise, as unfortunately Baltun's going to have to go elsewhere if he wants to gather up gold, and he's invested a lot in this position already, bringing out a couple of vills, hoping that he can just keep this pocket safe for himself. But of course, when the arrow slits come through, it's going to be a different story. And Whammo 1 going for a bit of a curious opening here with the Malians. He had an option back here to take his pit mine, but opted instead to go forward, which is obviously a little bit dangerous. Now we start to hear... Oh, we got ourselves a Tughlag fort. Look at this Tughlag fort on the river. I don't think we've ever seen one of these bad boys on a river like this. Which way does he go as well? He's going into the Governor of Ajma. So now starting to siege it down. Beautiful little opening that we've got right here. Oh, you love to see it. How wonderful is that? All right, let me return back to where we were. So the Governor of Ajma going to come out. Going to be looking to put some pressure on. The Toll outpost is here as well. Now, keep in mind, the further away you move from the Tughlag fort, the worse these Emir warriors become. So I'd very much be tempted to just stay here within this radius and just make sure that I'm taking down that pit mine. It's going to take some time, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. Age up's now starting to come through. Town center as well on the way here for DeMu. Feudal Age for Mio-maker. Let's check in with him and see how he's doing. Going into the Eco Wing. We haven't seen a whole lot of Eco Wings out for our Abbasid players recently. It's normally been culture wing into military or culture into eco, depending on isolation. Back over towards the east side. And we do indeed have a second TC coming up soon, coming up shortly. Where is that second TC for Faye? She's going like a combination of like second TC, but also going fast castle. She can't really make up her mind which one she wants to do first, so she's just going to do both at the same time. And I'm all for it. I'm down for it. Meanwhile, we've got a castle age coming through for Anatan, and he's going to go for the House of Learning. Interesting to see the House of Learning. We haven't really seen a whole lot of this civilization, but House of Learning, of course, is going to be considered, I don't know if you'd say necessarily worse. Some of the upgrades in it are decent, but like Compound of the Defender just gives you such a guaranteed advantage. You get that level 4 in as well. It's quite nice. How about Faye? How's she doing? Second TC now coming up as well. Second town center will definitely help her out a huge amount considering Song Dynasty. The king pops out from the town center for Marine Lord. What's he doing? What's he planning? What's he thinking? Now quite a bit of units moving around the backside here. Baotoon in trouble. I think Marine Lord, I mean, he's got a lot of resources in the bank, but I suspect he probably wants to try for a first blood kill in the feudal age, so at least he can get a bit more points on the board. Because remember, it's all about, you know, obviously you want to try and win games, and that's going to help you a huge amount. But at the same time, if you're able to just get that first blood, it's definitely going to help as well. Down to the south side, we've got Castle Age coming through from Zerton. MIA now online. Only the single TC. 3 TCs, meanwhile, for Mio Maker, his nearest neighbor, so he could definitely look to potentially put the pressure on, and triple stable as well on that blacksmith. Meanwhile, towards that top side, Pit Mine has gone down. Marine Lord. Once again, I called him Marine Lord. I don't know why I'm attached to Marine Lord playing in the purple. He's the pink. I gotta keep doing it. Wham, rather. Losing out that pit mine, so definitely I think we were right in saying that pit mine was a bit of a weird spot. For Rimba Garrison now coming up for Wham as well, looking to play straight into Fast Castle. Barrack's going to be coming in here, so he's already made up his mind which way he's going. And the three-way battle continues on this north side, though no real commitments coming in from anyone. I like the fact that DeMu here has got this second TC going. Let's check in over towards this south position once again. How's Faye doing, actually? Let's see how she's rocking. We've got the Castle Age coming through, so she's used those Imperial spy abilities, so she knows where everybody is and all their economy. Unfortunately, we can't see it. I always like to see all the colors on the minimap. It looks so great using that and seeing all the colors and going, oh, that's where everybody is. It's wonderful. Now, which way does she look to play this? Because if I'm in her position, I'm dropping stables. Yeah, she's dropped a stable. You could also go Palace Guards. Like, Palace Guards are not terrible in this situation. You've also got more torch damage that way. By going into the Palace Guards. And, oh, we've got Temple of Equality coming up for Baotoon in the pocket here. I tell you what, why does this town center still look like it's a Dark Age TC? Is it just the aesthetic? Or is it actually still a Dark Age TC? Why does it have that look? It's got that, is it a thatched look that it's got? I think it's the thatch. That's what it's called. I remember playing Arcade. I had a thatched farmhouse. That was the same type of roof that it had. We got relics starting to come through. That's 3 relics in the middle of the map here for Anatan. He's having a feast. Meanwhile, over towards the west. I mean, it's that classic case of where, like, 13 minutes into the game, oh, there's a bit of pressure coming out. There's a bit of pressure. I was going to say, we're 13 minutes into the game, and no one's really, like, committed to a fight anyway just yet. Oh, my God. That sound. Was that Joan of Arc going down? It had to be, right? It wasn't Joan of Arc. No, it had to be Lords in the north going down. Yes, it's Lords in the north. We've got a War Elephant already coming out from Anatan here, and you can see Anatan actually just going across the river and saying, we're not even interested in fighting against someone like Faye or Marine Lord or putting on that pressure, and you can see now we've got a lot of pressure down towards this position. Now, does Wham look to potentially get involved? We know he's Castle Age. He's going to start massing up units shortly here as well. Actually, does he have any units out? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got Musafati out the wazoo here. King is inside the TC for the moment. He's going to stay there for a while. Battering Ram working its magic. A lot of knights down here as well. You got Castle Age on the side of Baotoon. He's moving into spears. I think ideally he would have loved to go into Mounted Samurai, but it's just not going to happen. Not when you got this many units in your base and Marine Lords looking for blood. Keep in mind, still feudal age here. Going to be looking to pick up points for aggression early on in this game. He gets the first blood if he can get the kill, and he'll also get the extra point for the feudal age. So that's definitely going to help him out. Vils come out, does a nice little pop there. Joan of Arc, of course, going to be revealed. And the spears now being upgraded. Of course, not really going to make much of a difference. There's so many Royal Knights down here. Meanwhile, back towards that top side. Still those Lords of Lancaster running around, defending against the War Elephant. Distinct lack of healer elephants early on. I'm checking in. Now back again to that south side. Joan of Arc is out. She's got that headshot, that archery range headshot coming out right now for her. She gets sapped. Town center on the burn, 1600 health. Ville's going to pop out. Have they got wood? There's no wood. Minus 37. It's not a good amount of wood to be in. Not a good place to be in. Back towards the top. Things are going fine. I'm just checking in on Wham, though. Wham's got the king just hanging out for the moment. He's having a look. Where do we go? Where do we take these units? King about to pop out. He can make a run to the outpost. That'll extend his life a little bit. He's got the warcog down here just in case the transport ship has a thought about it. He's also got the Kura storehouse that he can make a run to, and you can see Marine Lord just prepping this position. He wants to make sure... Yeah, you can see he's really trying to anticipate. There's the king. There's the pop, and he doesn't spot it. Oh, he's going to have to wait even longer. This is not good for Marine Lord. Every second longer that he waits, the more likely this is to happen right here. Now, Marine Lord's got a lot of units, but the longer that it goes, the worse it gets for him, because more people are going to come to the party. Musafati now starting to arrive from the north. And how we doing? Speaking of the north, how we doing up here? Town centers, I mean, it's always hard fighting against the House of Lancaster, but look at this defense. 2 TC, Abbey of Kings, the Lords defending underneath the TCs, healing back up to full health. Like, how do you even deal with this? This is ridiculous. This is ludicrous. It is so difficult to even fight into that. Now Faye, over on the east side, scouting out those enemy positions. Let's see whether or not... Where's her army at? It's down here. She's got the lancers, and you can see the blood is in the air. Blood is in the air. Blood is in the water. Where's Marine Lord's army? Marine Lord's had to fall back. He says, you know what? That's a lot of lancers. I'm not interested. And you can see just that tiny little miss micro. I'm tempted to call it a miss micro there from Marine Lord, because we knew that that's going to happen, right? If the king gets to the outpost, we don't care. We can siege it down and then he's dead. But if it gets to the Kura storehouse, 100%, it's going to be problematic. But Marine Lord's still looking for it at the moment. Meanwhile, Marine Lord, now someone's having a look towards him. It's Faye checking in up towards the north, though. The Musafati have arrived. We've got multiple town centers up here. The Lords have evacuated off out of the dance floor and down towards the south side. The Lancers continue their siege. Action early, 17 minutes into this game. Musafati sieging down the town center. Meanwhile, towards the south, we've got ourselves a bit of a fire. 1,000 health, he's repairing, so we're hoping he lives a bit longer. There's the king, he's out, he's taken down. He got blocked out by the sheep. We didn't see exactly what happened, but Whammo 1 takes the first blood down towards the south. Now we've got a king out of water as he makes his way towards that outpost. Marine Lord trying to come in for the kill. Does he get it? He steals it. The 50 goes over towards Zerton. Zerton manages to get the last hit. And Marine Lord now in a bit of a tough... Oh, my Lord. Don't look at Marine Lord's base, everybody. Oh, Marine Lord. They came for him. They came for him eventually. I mean, 2 people died before him. But in the end... Marine Lord now, he's having a bit of trouble right here. Who's going to get the kill? I think almost certainly Faye is going to pick up a kill right here. Look to put some points on the board. Of course, there's a lot of spears here, and it's interesting that Mio Maker is just not even respecting the fact that the king is going to pop out here and, like, Faye is going to get the kill. Why wouldn't the spears just go and... Like, from Mio Maker's perspective, wouldn't the spears just go and force these back, take this position, and then torch? It seems like such an easy thing, but maybe Mio Maker just wants to get Marine Lord out of the game. Like, Marine Lord, go play some Warcraft 3, brother. Like, you're done, son. You're done. All right, well, now just keep in mind for anybody saying, okay, is that Marine Lord, you know, eliminated from Outback Octagon? No, he's still got next week to play as well. So this is week 3. So, oh, God. Oh, geez. Whammo 1 potentially running away with the lobby right now. There's a king inside of there. He's about to get taken out. The Donzos don't even want to throw transport ship, transport ship, transport ship. It's a demo. It doesn't matter. He gets taken out. Wham's going to take it with the Hulk or the War Canoe. I thought that was a transport ship coming through from Anatam, but I think it was actually a demo ship coming through from Wham. So Wham now managing to secure 2 kills on his 2 nearest neighbors. We've had a lot of people lose this game early on, and it looks like there's going to be even more now as the spears make their way. I love this, honestly. I feel like Abbasid spear spam is such a Giga Chad play. He's still feudal. Mio Maker's still feudal age. Bro never even went castle age for military wing. He's just going to try and fight this out in feudal. I don't know how I feel about that, especially with this many units on the south side. He's going to try and commit, though. 3 TC into feudal spear spam. Good luck. Good luck. Now, what's interesting here is that... Bro, why? This army is so big. This army is so big. He's already 200 pop. We're 20 minutes into this game. He's 1 TC. Off 1 TC, he's already 200 pop. I mean, he's fishing. He's fishing. He's fishing. It's okay. He's fishing. Okay. I have my hand on my head thinking to myself, like, how is he doing this right now? Wham about to move in. And the trouble that you've got is, like, I mean, Faye's picked up a kill, so she's okay, but how do you deal with this? How do you deal with Musofati? I know Malians cop a lot of shit, but at the same time, like, how do you deal with this civilization, with this unit in particular? If you think about it, right, it's fast, it can go stealth, it's got insane torch damage, it counters armored units. Like, the unit that's meant to counter this is the archer, right? Like, that's what should technically counter it. But they're really, really fast. 1.38. Now we see the king out. Torches come through. King goes down. And that's another one for Wham-01. He is starting to run away with this game. That's 3 kills now for Wham. An extra 150 pop. Now, these two need to be teaming up on him at this stage. If that wasn't already clear, it has evidently become clear right now. The question's going to be whether or not they can actually do it, because you've got to remember, not only are there Donzo mixed in here, there's Musofati, and they counter heavy units. These are all heavy units. And we can see now the surround on all of Faye's units. Faye's not even paying attention, accidentally getting caught amongst all of these, and look how quickly she just gets destroyed. Completely decimated. Faye, she's on 250 pop. You know what? That's probably the smart call, moving into Springles. But I still fall back to my same problem of before, that like, even if you've got a lot of siege, how do you deal with this with these Musofati? They go invisible, so now you can't move away from outposts. You just got to always stay around outposts. You got to bring vills with you to build outposts everywhere. But like, you mess up once and you just, all of these units are just on top of you. Musofati around the wall. Army for Zertan is decent. Good number of mangonels. Get some decent AoE here. He's still Castle Age. Imperial Age has just come through for Wham, so expect to see elite upgrades coming in any second towards this north side. See more Musofati on the way now. And now Wham beginning to aggress on Zertan. Obviously, Zertan going to be calling out and saying, he's on me. I need help. Help me, Faye. You're my only hope. The mangonels get to a relatively safe position. Kinda, not really. Mango's turn around. Good split by Wham right now, as he does his best to avoid the AoE damage. And this is exactly it. I think Zertan's playing this perfectly. No, don't go too far. Don't go too far. You want to fall back, fall back, fall back. Elite upgrades now coming through. Extra health, extra damage on all of these units. The new age now begins. Beautiful preparation here from Faye. I tell you what, Faye's absolutely a contestant for this game as long as Zertan stays in it. Zertan, you just need to stay in the corner. Don't do anything else. I can hear Abbasid villagers, even though the Abbasid are dead. The Abbasid ghosts live on in our memory. And now Musofati, they're trying to find a way around. He knows how important it is to hit these mangoes on the head if he can. And now a little bit of chat. You can see Runaway. How many kills did he get? Runaway. Team versus Wham, Zertan saying. And Wham even saying why. I think 2 says Zertan, but he doesn't know the truth. The true number. This is part of the reason why it's so important to track kills. You know, I went and played a couple of FFA games. Just a random lobby. People that are just, you know, nobody special. I killed one player at the beginning at like 7 minutes. And someone immediately types in the chat, Red 1 kill. I was like, are you serious, bro? I can't get my 2,300 pros to type Red 1 kill in the chat. And you're out here just tracking kills? Mad respect. Mad respect. It's so important to be able to track those kills. Because, like, to me, it just comes down as, like, a skill issue. It's something that's so easy. You see a name flash up and it's in a specific color. You know, plus 50 pop to Wham-01 and it's in purple. It's like, okay, 1 kill Wham. Just type it in. You can always go check your chat history afterwards. But then at the same time, you can always lie about it. You can always say, no, that's not true. Deception. The art of deception. The art of lying is so important in these FFA games. I like that even though they said team up on Wham, Wham's asking why. Like so innocently, like my 3-year-old son. I tell him it's bedtime. He says why. Like you can't say why to that. He can say why. He's gaslighting you. He's 3 years old, but he's gaslighting you. All right. We got ourselves a bit of a battle as Wham. Keep in mind, the longer this goes, the better it gets for Wham, because he just keeps adding more units to the military. At some point, it's just going to get to an overwhelming number where Zertan's like, all right, I'm maxed, I'm fine. And then Wham's like, I've got 300 pop, I'm fine. Sacred Site starting to be captured. Now, keep in mind, we do have the potential for Sacred Victory coming out today. And I'll be honest with you, if there's ever a play that could happen, it's probably this one, in the sense that Faye's got a good position to go for that Sacred Victory. Zertan now reaching Imperial Age as well. Istanbul Observatory. This army's still parked down here. It's very curious that Wham is 100% just committing to taking out Zertan first, not thinking about going after Faye. I guess he probably knows the truth, that like to kill Faye, you'd have to kill the Great Wall Gatehouse to get the landmark, or you have to get the king, and this is walled in. Like, Faye is playing this perfectly at the moment. There's no way that you can really kill her. So you probably want a showdown against her. Go for a heads-up game against her. Keep in the front. Dangerous keep. Outpost now going to get dropped as well. Sacred Site 2 coming online for Faye. Faye, don't get ahead of yourself. The last thing you can do is, that you want is Zertan to be convinced not to attack Wham. And the Great Bombard comes out. He's like, nah, you're not putting any outposts down. A lot of units here, though. Mangoes, decent coverage here. Elite upgrades going to be coming through shortly on these Lancers. Do we have any other potential upgrades on the way? No other. I don't think we've got siege workshops down. Yeah, we don't. So there's no potential for adjustable crossbars. There's the elite upgrades now coming through for the Lancers. And the Musafati warriors are on the move. God, look how big this army is. Wham doing a great job of baiting as well. This is exactly what Wham wants to do. He wants to bring this army out so that he can potentially pincer it. Meanwhile, up towards the top side, we've got additional units coming out. Looks like they were in stealth for a little bit. Got that extra damage coming through. And now towards the south. Whammo 1. Oh, he's going to do something disgusting. I can feel it coming. Oh, I feel it coming. Yeah, look, all of these Musafati are in stealth. He could pick these off if he wanted to. He's managed to do a wonderful job of splitting the army of Zertan. And now he just cleans it up. Yeah, say it ain't so. As I said, this is the trouble that you've got. But, you know, like, I kind of suspected this was going to be the case. Wham just really outplaying Zertan here. Just running him around and saying, no. Just come on down here. Follow me down here. There's nothing bad that could happen to you. Just trust me. King's safely in the keep for the moment, but keep in mind all the landmarks are out. And Wham's got enough population space that he doesn't need to go for the king if he doesn't want to. He can play 350 versus 250. Obviously, he'll go for the king eventually. Bombards are now out as well. Meanwhile, towards that north side, a couple relics taken. Lancer numbers looking decent here as well for Faye. She's up to 30 Lancers, 10 hand cannoneers out as well. I'll be looking to cut through the grease as much as they can. And it's just an overwhelming amount of Musafati inside the base of Zertan. Pretty much completely cleaned up. That's the good thing about the Musafati, is you can just rally them all down there. Just move them down there. You don't even have to watch them. They'll just do the most efficient thing. It's not like an archer. And now, taking out that forward keep, the Bombards begin making their way down. Which age up did he take to Imperial age? Let's take a look and see whether we can spot it. Where is his landmark? Oh, it's the Fort of the Huntress, of course. Okay, so he's gone for a forward Fort of the Huntress. Interesting decision. But opts not to go into the Griot Bar, which I guess makes sense if you're going into Musafati, right? Musafati gonna work very well with that. But now starting to focus down the landmarks. We've got the first two that are right here. Second two a little bit further down. We can see those landmarks being destroyed, and that's gonna mean, hey, Faye, you gotta get on the move. You gotta get out here, girl. You gotta start fighting. And naturally, she's like, oh shit, okay, we gotta go. He's killing him. You gotta try and create pandemonium in the base of Wham, because you know all of his military is on the other side. To be fair, now that I think about it, Fate could have probably won this game right here, right now, if she'd gone into Fire Lancers. If she goes Fire Lancers right now and just snipes out all the landmarks, she wins the game. That's probably one of the ways that you can do it, that you could win. Because, you know, often for me, like, the way I'm thinking about it is like, okay, how do we win? Right? Like, how do we potentially beat somebody that's on 400 population when we're on 250? And the reality is you can't face them head-to-head. It's just not something that can be done. They overwhelmingly annihilate you, both in economy, in army numbers. You can try and go for attrition. That's an option for you, but now Faye, with the Springalds at the back, she's going to leave them decent damage on the Springalds. Needs to continue kiting them back. Wants to avoid that direct head-on fight. Now, keep in mind, this is only half the army of Wham that's here, and yet he's still able to force her back. There's a huge army from Wham down to the south, bringing the relic forward, thinking, hey, Wallalol's a cool trick. That works for Corvinus 1. Maybe it'll work for me. Good luck, Faye. Bombards are out as well. The Wallalol on the defense. There's the 50 population. Now Wham up to 390. Shortly be up to 400. And he starts overbuilding immediately, or overpopping immediately. Now on his way to almost double the population of Faye. This is a true David versus Goliath moment here. How does Faye find her slingshot? And that's the thing. You got to be looking for it, right? And there are absolutely options for you. Where is the king, by the way? Can we just talk about that for a second? It's got to be the Fort of the Huntress, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. So, to me, it feels like the only way you can really do this, and you got to be very strategic about it, basically let your entire base die, let your army die, and then go and attack your opponent. You want their army to be in your base when you attack them. That's essentially it. And to be honest, she's got multiple ways that she can win. She can go for landmarks. She can go for the king. So absolutely, ball is still in her court. Whether or not she finds those two factors is a different consideration. She's got a lot of resources in the bank. Not a whole lot of gold, though. She's got 2k gold a minute, though, so it's a decent amount. And now the Donzo's working together with the Musafati to just clear this out. A huge amount of infantry. And Wham truly running away with this game at this stage. There are so many units here. More than 220 infantry units on this field right now. It is a huge mass that he's got, and that keep does not get up. And even if it did, it would be going down so damn quickly. Gets destroyed. A little bit of a repair coming through. And now the stone walls will hold for the moment. We hear the bombards already working them down on the south side. Faye's completely stoned in right now. Got openings towards the north. At least in the form of dropship openings. But the wall falls. And once the wall falls, the Chinese shall fall. I don't think Faye's really looking for that secondary option. The hand cannoneer is going to fire off as well. Barbican of the Sun yet to receive those emplacements. Bombard's about to be taken out. She's going to get completely mauled here. And at this point, she's got the right to type GG and resign. When you're in this heads-up situation, it's up to you to play it however you see fit. And if you think the game is over, you're absolutely within your right to call it. But she's going to keep fighting. She's going to keep holding. The hand cannoneers are going to keep kiting. Villagers towards the north now being harassed. And wham, 0-1. Overloading the base of Faye. She's down to 163 pop. And at this stage of the game, you've got to say pretty much guaranteed there's no way she's coming back from it. Look at the reinforcements as they make their way through the base. Huge amount of boats out here as well, just in case. Springles falling back. Faye trying to find a way back into it, but with only 33 military pop, she's outnumbered 5-1 at the moment. Economically, she's outnumbered 2-1 as well. Well, not 2-1, but 3-2. And look at all those purple dots just moving on the minimap. Constantly coming out. So much production back here in the base. I feel like the Fire Lancers probably could have got value here. Because this is only happening right now. And even with this only happening right now, you could still Fire Lancer. The truth is, like, you need stone walls around a landmark. So hopefully we see that happen as well for Wham. But, I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. I think he's got way too much tempo, way too big of an army. And Faye probably needed to connect the dots about 5-6 minutes ago. Maybe even earlier. Like, maybe at this point down here, if Faye has a scout down here and she can see the armies, like, sizing up each other, the fact that Wham is 100% committing, I think you can absolutely prep Fire Lancers for that. With the whole entire goal of just killing landmarks. Maybe even just going for a king snipe. But now Wham. He's killed... How many people in this lobby has he killed? 4 people in this lobby? And he's looking to potentially kill a 5th? Well, not potentially. It's only a matter of time. This is going to skyrocket him. Keep in mind, with regard to his points, I don't think he was top... He may have been top 8. But this is going to rocket him up to the top 8 now, for sure. He will be very high on points now. And now the bombards. Look at the number of bombards that are in here as well. Up to 8 bombards here for Wham. Absolutely perfect for this push. And now he continues with the siege. It's only a matter of time until he makes it all the way to the back. The Great Wall Gatehouse still standing strong. Another landmark goes down. And Faye fighting valiantly, kiting valiantly. With these hand cannoneers and the Springles. I love that she's got them working in tandem. 2 different control groups. You can see them alternating. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. More landmarks going down. How many more she got? I think she's got 1 more, 2 more. It'll be 1 more in a second. Mimone. What was that? Just in the middle of darkness goes Mimone. Indeed, Mimone. Bombards. Have we got horsemen? We got horsemen coming out now for Faye. I mean, it's the only thing that she can really make. She can't really make anything else. She's trying her best to hold in this position. I think this might be one of the longest games we've seen her fight it out in it as well. She's done very well. She had a great spawn in this game. Great civilization. I think the reality is Wham just was a little bit too quick in his runaway. A little bit too fast out of the blocks, looking like Usain Bolt. We actually have an Aussie guy. What's his name? Oh, gosh, I can't remember. He's got a good name. He's a sprinter. He's young. He's real young. Gout. Oh, now I remember. Gout, dude. He's quick, but he's not quick enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Faye taps out, says, good game, well played. And all the landmarks go down. Wham with an absolute runaway steam train game right there. Almost taking me back to Core. You guys remember that? I'm sure you remember that game where Core took out an entire lobby. Let's take a look here at the leaderboard and see what we've got after that game. We can't actually have a look at the at the scores, but we can take a look at the leaderboard and see where everybody sits. So Wham01 now sitting on 27 points. Quite a bit of points right there for him. He's in 4th place. Who else have we got from that game that just played? Taking a look down here, we've got Marine Lord down at 15th, Balchun 14th, and Anatan at 16th. So these 3 next week are going to need something big. Now, keep in mind, you can still, even though we're still late in this event, we're in week 3 now, moving into week 4, there is still the possibility, I'm not even kidding you, there's absolutely the possibility that somebody like Recon or Zerton or GUA still managed to rocket from 0 points into the top 8. I'm not even kidding you. Absolutely possible. We saw, how many points did Core get in that game? Was it 15? We've seen Corvinus do probably something similar as well. So, we'll leave it there. Anyway, good luck to them. Not long to go before we hit those finals. We'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.